I love this rosé that is made with a lovely Cabernet Sauvignon grape. Has a little strawberry, a little watermelon. Oh my gosh, it's just so incredible. And the color is so beautiful, and it's perfect with this dish. I'm making a grilled chicken that I'm going to serve with a little basil cream sauce and some lovely pasta. So the first thing I'm going to do is heat up my fry pan. And while I do that, I'm just going to put a little butter in it and just let that start to sizzle. And I'm gonna get my chicken on the grill. Now I've put my chicken in a little bit of olive oil and season it with just a touch of salt and pepper. I don't want a lot of seasoning on this because I want to be able to season it more with the sauce. While that chicken is grilling, let's get some aromatics going. So I've got some wonderful onion. This is about half of a large onion that I've chopped. And then a little bit of red bell pepper, about a half of a red bell pepper. I want this for the color and for the flavor. Now I'm going to saute those for just a minute until they get nice and soft while my chicken grills. All right, our vegetables are nice and soft. Now at this point, I'm going to add a few things that also will give some great flavor. So first of all, some garlic. I've finely minced this. And then I want to add a little bit of chicken bouillon paste. And I like to use the paste for this, because it gives a lot of extra flavor. And it also serves as a little bit more fat. Let me get it off my thumb. Even I am a messy cook all the time. And then last but not least, some smoked paprika. And this will bloom in this wonderful fat and really get a lovely, lovely flavor going on this sauce. I love smoked paprika. So I'm gonna let that stir and cook for about 30 seconds to a minute while I get the goo off my thumb. Now I'm going to add some cream and some water at this point and just bring it to a simmer so that I can put in some Parmesan cheese to just melt it. So this is about a cup and a half of heavy whipping cream and a half cup of water. Now if you prefer, you can use 2 cups of milk in this. Now let's give that a stir, bring it up to a simmer, and while I do that, I'm going to chop up some basil for this incredible sauce. Now this basil just needs to be chopped. It doesn't need to be finely minced, but don't leave it in a chiffonade because it gets just a little long and unwieldy when you do that. Now what I'm looking for here is about a cup and a half. Now I just want to bring my temperature down to a nice simmer, and I'm going to add some wonderful, freshly grated Parmesan cheese that will really thicken up this sauce. I've had people ask me, so you don't put any flour or any cornstarch in your sauce? No, this all comes from that amazing Parmesan cheese. And then a little bit of red pepper flake. And you can adjust this according to the way that you like your spice. I like the red pepper flakes in this. I think it works really well with this particular rosé because normally with Cabernet Sauvignon, you'd never dream of putting a lot of heat in anything. The tannins are just too much. But when you're working with a rosé, the tannins are seriously reduced because the tannic acid mostly comes from the seeds, the stems, and the skins of the grape. But when you're making a rosé, you only let the skins touch the wine for just a very short time. So if they are just barely kissing the wine, they don't impart a lot of tannic acid, thus being able to use the heat. Now let's stir in this basil. And I'm going to turn the heat off and stir in some hot pasta as well. Now I've got about 12 ounces here, but I'm only going to use about 8 ounces for this. The pasta can be made in advance if you want. You can make it actually a day in advance and then just cool the pasta, add a little bit of olive oil, and then it's ready to go the next day. All you have to do is warm it with some hot water for about 10 seconds and your pasta's ready. All right, I have 4 about 5-ounce chicken breasts here. And I like to buy them so that they don't have the tenderloin with them, and then they cook so much faster on the grill. I'll just give them a nice slice. I want these to kind of mirror this penne pasta. You can also do this in such a way that you cut up the chicken breast and you lay it right on top of the pasta that's mixed. But I really like to get a lot of that sauce on the chicken. I just think it really imparts a great flavor. So we have this beautiful pasta, and let's just plate it up. Now when I plate up something like this that has basil in it, I just love to use the tops of my basil if I have it. So I picked this out of my garden, and now it is ready, and I have this gorgeous basil top that I can use as my garnish. Now let's just put one of my pretty basil tops on there. Oh, who wouldn't want that? Oh my goodness, I just love it. And let's try it up with this wine. This is a beautiful Cabernet Sauvignon Rosé. It's just lovely. It's light, it's acidic. So Cabernet Sauvignon tends to be an acidic grape. And as a rosé, it's particularly crisp and acidic. Beautiful hints of strawberry and lovely fruit smell. Now when you serve something that's acidic like that, it's great with a creamy pasta dish. Something cream that cuts through that acid. Oh, it's wonderful together.